Mosquitoes were a bit aggressive yesterday, so we're going with this long sleeve.
Today we're going to hop in the helicopter to pick up a group of newsletter writers from the Seabridge KSM site.
Put that shit on everything.
Spicy. Hi, what's your name?
Kyle Lewis.
What do you do here?
I'm a drill helper on drill number 4. Okay, so day in the life of a drill helper. I wake up at 5:30, so that could be 5:30 p.m. if I'm on night shift, or 5:30 a.m. if I'm on day shift. Get my coffee, sit right where I am right now, eat my meal, go to the safety meeting that starts at around 6:30 in the morning. It takes off at 7, fly out to the drill from 7 to 7, fly back to camp, have dinner or breakfast. Right now it's breakfast, so I'm on night shift, shower, hit the tent again.
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm Ty Clovis. I work for my father's company, Almanica,
How long have you guys been up here?
up in Alisar.
Yeah, working this site.
Me? I've been here for the last off and on 2 or 3 years. Well, we were only out 15 hours, I think. But
Like 5 or 6 days in a row that were 16 hours.
Yep.
And it always happens in September.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit September, you can't row as much.
Or unless you're at the top of the mountain.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice weather.
Why not?
Yeah, good start. Now that we've got some food, time to head out to the heli, fly up north towards KSM, and see if we can make it there in one piece.
We want to give them the best tour that they've ever toured on.
It's either going to be 45 minutes or an hour flight if we have to take the long way. We're a bit worried about the clouds rolling in, which might make us go the long way, and if we do, we'll have to stop for some gas in Stewart. But should be fine, hopefully no clouds, we'll see. So this mine that we're flying over actually used to be an old producing gold mine. It's been out of commission for years, but we noticed as we were flying over, looks like someone's trying to start it up again. I did some research later and I found out, surprise, surprise, a Chinese company bought this mine about a year ago and they're working on putting it back into production. Alright, so we're being surrounded by clouds and we don't want to die, so we are not going to fly over the mountains. The long way it is. Since we took the long way, we had to stop for gas in Stewart. The folks were really nice to let us borrow some of their gas, and it was just in time because I was about to piss my pants. After some gas, we're back in the air again. So now we're flying into Seabridge's KSM camp. This is that $6.5 billion mine build that I mentioned, and it has a 73-year mine life. It's estimated that at current gold prices, you can make your $6.5 billion back and be profitable after just 4 years.
Hi, I'm Henry Lazenby, and I'm the Western editor for the Northern Miner.
My name's Michael McRae. I'm here with Kitco Mining.
Paul Harris, America's editor, Mining Journal.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So after cramming ourselves and our bags into the helicopter, we're on our way back to the Dolly Varden camp. These newsletter writers have been on a series of site tours in the Golden Triangle in northern BC, and Dolly Varden Silver is their last stop. So we're flying back over that old gold mine, and this is where they actually used to mine the gold when it was in production years ago.
This sweet little Gabby! Hi, sweetheart!
Before we continue on the rest of the tour, we had to put our bags in our tents and grab some food because I was starving.
From October till May, in every direction you see is mine. There's no one else here.
So the main geological feature, where would that orientation be? And that's
So, there we go. So this is the unconformity that we talked about. So this is the red line theory, and we're all within 2 kilometers of that red line. So on this side is the Triassic Stuhini group, and then on this side is your Hazelton Jurassic.
Amanda and the newsletter writers got deep into the geology and the future of the company. It was cool to hear what they were talking about and the theories that Dolly Varden has about how the geology forms in our property, but also to hear about the future of the Golden Triangle and how BC and its government is actually helping push things forward, with permitting not being as hard as it's expected to be.
Okay, we are all in under $400 a meter to drill here, which is really, really good for this terrain. And so you can see the galena over top of the zinc. So this is sphalerite. You see the silver right there? Some right there. Do you see it?
Yeah.
And then you got some right in there. Right on that one. 20 hours later.
Day 2, we're back at the Torbit deposit with a few other guests today. We're doing a little bit of a tour. Amanda's putting some time on film, talking about the significance of the deposit, the Golden Triangle, lots of different kinds of mineralization, and the fact that there's a lot of other companies that are starting up production and development in this area, bringing interest into the Golden Triangle, and not to mention that it's a safe jurisdiction.
I'm with Amanda Bennett, the exploration manager. Amanda, please tell us what's the significance of the Torbit deposit and how does it really connect into the bigger Dolly Varden story?
If we found another Torbit on our land and we have a huge land package, so the potential's there, that it's a game changer for us. After this year, we're gonna do over 130,000 since the last technical report. But a lot of our drilling is not just on the resources. We've done a lot on exploration targets as well. So if we do a resource update, the earliest we'll do it is in March.
There are geological theories that have been formed over the years that tell you what the pattern is, where you find silver, you find gold, what other rocks to look for, what historical events to look for that can cause these formations. And then seeing also the way the people approach it. Like, this is a very, very difficult job. From drilling in the ground to understanding the geology to then telling the story and keeping people interested long enough for you to hit, that big discovery that you're looking for. And it seems like that's the question Hecla is also interested in. What is the discovery that they can make here that's a bigger deal than the Dolly Varden and Torbit deposit? Keep in mind, it's all an arbitrage game. For Hecla, they want to look at the company and they say, okay, if we take over this company, how does that make our stock look? How do our investors feel about that? And so to execute on a positive growth trajectory, it needs to be a deposit in which their investors will get excited because they're doing the acquisition to increase their shareholder value. And it's kind of gone through the most difficult part of this process, which is like the initial stages of, hey, we want to explore. We think that there's something out there. We think we know a pattern in the way that geology is and how it repeats every 1.3, 1.4 kilometers. Raising money when you have just the theory is very, very, very difficult. And I think that's what Sean's main skill set has been. Being able to get capital in the door. How can you take this from here to buyout or production? And what are the odds of that happening? It's at an interesting point in the timeline. I think it's pretty pivotal, inspiring that it's gotten so far. In the Great Depression, this area right here was thriving. And it shows you two things. One, it shows you the abundance and wealth that mining brings. But the second thing is that it shows you the strength of precious metals. At a time when everything in the economy had tanked, people were begging for jobs, this place was exploding. Precious metals hold their value in these very uncertain times. And so when the currency devaluates, the actual precious metal retains its value. And so that's why you get what looks like appreciation, but it really just is holding a steady, consistent value, being a store of value, one of the fundamental definitions of a currency. We're going to go to Wolf later on, where you can see the actual hole that they dug in order to get into the mountain to dig out the silver. You've got a historical, massive silver deposit. Of course you're going to find more, in my opinion. Of course you're going to find more. How could you not find more? it's been really cool to meet the team and see the site. So let's go to Wolf now and see what the next location's like. The Wolf deposit is Amanda's baby. She discovered that this thing continues at depth. Before Amanda was hired, they thought that this was only a 3 million ounce silver deposit. But she was like, I think if we go deeper, we'll find more silver, we'll find potentially even gold. And you know what? She was right. They've been drilling it for 3 years, and this discovery helped take the company's market cap from a $40 million market cap to close to 400 million now.
Spotted a hole, fell halfway down the hill.
Seriously?
Yeah. I had bruises all up and down my body. If we're gonna take a step at this, like, why don't we take a good step out? It hit 1273 grams per ton over, I know it was over half a meter, but it showed substantial, and it showed that there was something more there. Most of it's what we've been drilling since 2021. We've extended it. You'll see the alteration when we stand up, or like when we get up, but the alteration there, that's where the 27 kilo sample is, 27,000.
If you can believe it, this glacier that we're flying over used to go all the way down to the ocean and even past that into the valley during the Ice Age. It's insane, and it's so surreal to see, but we got a chance to do one more flyover before we headed to the last drill visit before we go back to camp and get ready for bed.
I know that guy.
It smells like poop. So they're just grabbing core from the other rig. In September, we want all 3 rigs. We still want to drill additional meters. We just have to get approval. We're just waiting on approval. That's the annoying part. Someone else actually has your money. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know.
Good job, crew. Home.
Today's the end of day 2. The valley is very interesting because you go from sea level to 5,000 feet to get over the mountains. We picked up 3 newsletter writers. One, Michael from Kitco, Paul, who also works with Kitco, but also the Mining Journal. And finally, the third one was... I forgot his name. Stuart, maybe? The food here has been top notch. And all the drill sites have a Starlink, which lets them immediately send pictures of the core, communicate with team, you know, because it's really loud. The drill is really loud, so you can just send texts and pictures and stuff. But went looking for Charlie, couldn't find him. Turns out he's walking his dogs down by the dock. I'm gonna get him for an interview tomorrow morning. So now I'm gonna go to bed, get changed, go to bed here. See you guys in a bit. Just woke up. It's day 3. Gotta get out of here soon, so let's get the shoes changed, pants changed, keep the hoodie. Here we go.
My name's Charlie Fleener, and I am the camp manager for the Alice Arm project of Dolly, Varden.
What made you come out here?
Lack of people.
Lack of people. How long have you been out now?
Since 1990.
Did you come out here with your family before?
Just my wife. My wife and I are the only ones here. We're the only residents of Alice Arm.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did you find out about Alice Arm?
We had a place on the Nass River in the Nass Valley, and back when AMAX owned Kitsault, they would allow people to come over camping. We came over camping one year, came over here fishing, fell in love with it, and bought our place.
What did you do before running the camp at Dolly?
I used to work for Ford Motor Company, and I worked for DFO for about 20 years.
What's the history of the area? Do you know, like, how it started?
Well, it was discovered by 3 guys. They were out looking for minerals, and they found the Dolly Varden outcropping. Ole Evanston sold his portion of the mine and built the Alice Arm Hotel where our house sits now. He was pretty much the only one who did well. And it's been operating off and on since the teens. During the Depression, a lot of people went out because they didn't have the welfare programs they have now. There wasn't the safety net, so you made it or you didn't. And it was easier to live in the bush than it is in a city.
What exactly do you do as a camp manager?
Just make sure everything runs smooth. Most camps suck. People rather be home than in camp. I view my job as trying to make it as livable and enjoyable as I can for the guys.
Let's do a quick little tour of camp. This is where I'm staying. Kitchen, showers, Charlie's office. Got another office, core shack, other core shack. You can see all the drill core. Dolly, Varden Silver is one of the top exploration companies in the world. And we got to see their operations, we got to see how the drills work, and we got to see the camp. After seeing what goes on in the office, meeting the CEO, Sean Kunku, seeing the dedication of the team, I understand why Dolly Varden is one of the greats. They started as a $20 million market cap company when Sean took it on. Now, they're over $350 million in market cap value. From the helicopters, to the drillers, to the food, to the camps where people sleep, to the Starlink Wi-Fi systems. And I see why this company runs so smoothly. So I'm grateful for the opportunity that I got to go out there, and I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys, and I hope this was interesting and engaging. And if you guys like this site visit, I'll keep doing some more and try to get some other cool companies to take us on trips and see what's going on behind the scenes.